Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, Mike the Pilot, coming at you again with another television show review. And today, the television show that I'll be reviewing is 90 Day Fiance, Season 9. This is Episode 10. And I just kind of wanted to talk about, talk about the episode a little bit and kind of discuss my, some of my favorite couples for this episode and talk about some more dicier or like spicier pieces and also just give my opinion overall on some of the different issues that were discussed in this episode. So in this episode, one of the big things that one of the big storylines that had taken place was Sheeta and Bilal. They were out. They were out having a good time together on like this kind of like this Ferris wheel, and while they're there, in order to distract Sheeta from being scared of heights, Bilal he pretty much thought that it would be a good idea to kind of talk about the prenup. So she pretty much for the most part didn't want to discuss it. She felt like it was kind of like kind of like a sense of a way of him kind of showing that he kind of distrusts her. So she was kind of somewhat offended by the whole situation, and she kind of didn't want to discuss it. But he kind of looked at it more as like it being more of a business type of move. And from that, you can kind of see that they kind of had like a different view of what marriage is and how to kind of go about it. But I understand Bilal's his perspective is he's been married before, he has kids, he has a lot of stuff to lose, so he just doesn't want to like for whatever reason, if she wants to just leave, he doesn't want to be kind of stuck paying like alimony and all this other stuff. So I do understand on his end, why he kind of wants to protect himself, which is kind of like a smart move. But it kind of really turned her off at the same time, which is why like I always see it, the prenup is like a I don't know, just always like a stigma attached to it because it just like it kind of kills the mood. It kind of kills the romance because it kind of makes people feel like you're already thinking about divorce and we're just in like our honeymoon stage. So I kind of understand the whole situation, but then again, in this situation, he probably should have chose like a better time because they were supposed to be out just kind of like enjoying each other's company. And so in a sense, he kind of ruined the mood and he kind of expressed that as well. So that was one storyline that was going on, and I just think overall, I think they're probably gonna wind up just getting married. And I feel like just for her, the way she's been kind of handling things, I think she's just gonna go ahead and sign it out of like almost like because she feels like she has no choice to. So excuse me, but I just feel like yeah, I feel like she's gonna wind up signing it. They're gonna get married, and like as I said before in the last video I did, I'm not sure how long it'll last, just because of the fact that I feel like he kind of has been kind of driving her crazy by just being so nitpicky about like dishes and that kind of thing. But overall, that's all I have to say about that storyline in particular. Something that was even took place that was even more spicier was Ty and Patrick had gotten to almost like throughout this whole episode they were just going back and forth about money. Just Patrick was just tired of her like just overspending and just buying unnecessary stuff, especially while they're not even married yet. So I understand Patrick's frustration with her is that he's trying to like prepare for this wedding, which is going to be very expensive, and at the same time she's trying to buy like $150 pillows, dishes, vases, all kinds of stuff that's just like unnecessary. So I understand his frustration as well. He's just trying to like because she felt like, in Brazil, he was a little bit more, willing to go out and shop and everything. But she has to understand that the cost of things there is not like the cost here. And then, I just feel like, once they get married, then he'll be a little bit more open to her, going out and buying stuff and allowing her to go shop and that kind of thing. So, she felt like because he was like that, he was being very mean spirited, and she was even almost threatening that she wanted to leave and that kind of thing, which I felt was like, um, I don't know, just a little bit dramatic. And then I just feel like, it wasn't deserved, because he's just trying to make sure that they have their finances in order, before they get married and that kind of thing. So I totally understand his perspective. So in this case, I'm on Patrick's side. I feel like, you know, uh, yeah, I feel like he was in the right in this whole situation. So that's my brief, thoughts on Ty and Patrick. And then one other couple was had like a lot of issues was Miona and Gibry, and mostly this episode dealt with GB talking with his parents. His parents were just expressing that they weren't gonna be able to be at like his wedding. They felt like he was pretty much rushing, and they kind of almost kind of convinced him to kind of break it off until they till he can get back on his feet and that kind of thing. So when he went to speak with Miona, they got in a big discussion. He felt like she was constantly almost harassing him, calling him constantly while he's talking with his parents. He felt that it was very causing him a lot of stress, and he just felt like maybe they should kind of, rethink things and possibly get married at a later date. But the way Miona was talking, she was like, if that's going to be the case, they might as well just call it off. She was kind of didn't even want to, it wasn't even it's not even a thought, not even nothing she can be thinking about or something they're going to do. She just almost like if that's going to be the case, she might as well just go back to Serbia and just end the relationship there. And I kind of feel what she's saying because he brought her all the way out there. She already been there for several weeks. Why suddenly have a change of mind, send her back, and then they have to kind of do the same thing again? It would be like a very messy process. They would have to cancel the whole 90-day process and then restart it again. And then they already now having so much tension. I don't even know if she would be like interested if she went back. She probably just wind up breaking up with him. So I just feel like he's just very stressed right now. In my opinion, what they should do is just go ahead and have a little small wedding, get married. Maybe but legally just get married, but don't have the big ceremony yet until they can get on their feet and they can have the money. And then I think at that point they should save up for it and then have like have the type of wedding that they want to have. Like right now they should just have like a court wedding, so that she can stay there and they can kind of, plan things out. GB can get work, and then from there they can go ahead and have their wedding. That's what I would do if I was in his situation. Because I think they really, really love each other, want to be together. I think it'd be foolish for them to kind of break up over something like this. Even though it is a lot of stresses, it's just, for them, it's kind of like bad timing. So that's my take on Gibry and Miona. And I'll end with Beanie and Ari. Wasn't like a whole lot going on with them as far as, arguments, that kind of thing. The biggest thing was just that Ari just expressed that he needs to communicate more and just kind of let her know who he's with, that kind of thing. You can tell she has a little bit of, jealousy issues. So the biggest thing with them was on this episode was we got to see Beanie go out there and fight. He had been wanting to get into MMA and he wound up winning, which was like, it was a nice way to end the episode with him, him winning and his wife coming out there and he's celebrating with her. And, I just thought it was a great, way to end the episode. I would just say overall it was a pretty interesting episode. This episode did a whole lot with money and space and that kind of thing and buying rings. And I just feel like you really, really need to see this episode. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out on demand. Yeah, and I'm gonna end it on that note. I don't want to keep this video very long. Please hit the notification bell. Subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. And until next time, this is your boy, Mike the Pilot, signing off. See you later, YouTube. Bye.